Hi. I hope everyone is feeling really good today. In fact, let's just start with that because you should be feeling so alive. The energies have shifted so much. I am feeling amazing and we've quantum jumped timelines. So yeah, like you should really feel like you're in a era now of the sweet spot. So the messages I channeled or I shared yesterday on the topics that I'm gonna discuss kind of all make sense now, because it's the sweet spot comes from the inner sweetness, and it's related to food and nourishment. But I'll just start with an energy update. So many of us have felt like we needed to close a lot of doors to be able to propel our dreams forward. So in order for you to feel like what you want is attainable, you had to close energy leaks, like opportunities, relationships that were draining you, because you can't move into a new energy if the current version of yourself is tied down to your old self and your old version. So last week should have been an opportunity for you to kind of release a lot, whether that be your own behaviors, habits, thoughts, just projects that you don't want to continue with, like really having that time for yourself to choose. And personally, I did a lot of journaling and got so much more clarity on what I want. And that was very, very strong message that came through. It was like, now we're in the era of sweetness, and that can the path of sweetness, you have to choose it. You can't just catch on a wave of suddenly your life is going to change overnight. You have to choose the path of sweetness by removing everything in your life which doesn't make you feel sweet. So it came down to a choice between what makes me feel really, really, really good in life, and I want to keep that, and what doesn't make me feel good. And when you do that, you'll start to understand your choices in food as well. It's like when you're feeling nourished from within and everything feels sweet, you take care of your cells, you nourish yourselves with light. Nourishment, Noor means light in Arabic. So you nourish your body with light. You want to only allow in your life things, people, opportunities, experiences which nourish the light of your cells. So you wouldn't harm yourself with bad food or people that have bad habits or things that just don't make you feel good anymore. And maybe that you've noticed that you've started to shift away from things which don't make you feel good. Like, for example, I already shared last week, I have dropped my heavy workouts. It just doesn't feel good to me anymore. I've had my era of bulking, and now I just want to enter that soft pleasure. And the energy I was picking up collectively was this feeling of, the exact words that came through was guilty gratitude. So it's like you're grateful for the things in life, but you're almost guilty that you have them, or you're guilty that you're going to experience sweet. So it's like almost natural for you to self-sabotage, because that feels safe to the ego to stay in its whole. Whereas when you feel good, it's kind of like you associate feeling good and sweet with guilt. And so that's why maybe it's hard for some of us to really just jump to the side which makes you feel good, and close the door to everything that doesn't. You should be feeling so good. That's all I can say. Like, if you're not feeling good, you need to close those doors and close those energy leaks which are pulling on you. Like, it could be pulling on your hair, cords in your stomach, could be something related to your heart. But think or feel into your body and see what is not feeling good to you. And then that emotional weight will literally fall off, because if you're carrying extra weight, it's all emotional. It's just your body needs to release that stagnant energy, not through dieting or hardcore workouts. It's actually just shaking and intentionally focusing on the thing that you want to let go of and drop it. And then your body will relax. Maybe you'll be able to go to the bathroom easier, or you'll pee it out, or your joints won't feel tight. You'll just feel so surrendered and relaxed. So, yes, it's now a big moment to decide what you want. And when you choose those things that bring you the deepest pleasure, it will feel like a feast. That's what I'm hearing. Like, so slow down and celebrate yourself. And you can only slow down if your plate is not full, right? Literally like a plate. You have to choose what to put on your plate. When you go, if you had like an unlimited buffet, maybe there's like 30 dishes to choose from, but you have to choose what you put on your plate first. So it doesn't mean you can't have seconds or thirds. Oh my God, why am I getting these weird, these strange buffet messages? So you have to choose what you put on your plate and slow down and savor every mouthful. And that takes you back to that feminine energy of slow surrender, enjoying pleasure, because you're eating very slowly. But if you eat quickly, your taste buds are just numb. They don't even hit the enzymes on your tongue don't even have time to digest your food. It just goes straight down the chute. So yeah, so back to what I was sharing about how to find your soul's happy weight and happy size. It's like, what makes you feel so sweet inside? Your body is feeling safe, surrendered, and release all its heaviness or burdens, and then your body will find its natural state of what it feels comfortable, where everything is in flow. And when your body feels like it's safe, your period will be regular, you won't have any period pains, you won't hold excess weight, your digestion will be good, your skin will be good, your hair will feel healthy. And so, collectively, I was feeling, if you eat and you feel guilty when you eat, it's actually telling your body guilt. So you're actually digesting the words guilt. But if you eat with pleasure, you're telling your body, this is pleasure to me, I deserve pleasure, nourish me with light. And it's not and then the more you feel that lightness in your weight, you'll feel more agile. You won't feel like heavy. Your mind will feel lighter. because you're nourishing yourself with light and your body feels light. The reason why we feel dense is because we hold in, like I said, like heavy emotions, stress, burdens, physical weight. And so the mind starts to carry that burden as well, and then you feel physically heavier and your body carries that weight. And fruit is the real light. Fruit is nourishment and hydration for your cells, whereas fake sugars, or even like sweeteners like aspartame, it's like fake sugar. It fixes your craving for fruit for a while, and then it's never really satisfied. You're always hungry for more because that real nourishment hasn't been given to your body, the light that you seek. So it's like lightness from energizing your cells through fruit, feeling physically light, and also like nourishing your mind with sunlight, with things that make you feel good, with people that make you feel light and expanded, not people that make you feel dense, or activities that make you feel dense. Maybe this is why I'm not, I'm resisting like heavy weight training, because it's making me feel heavy. Now I feel lighter again, and yeah, it just shifts your whole energy. You feel strong, proud, confident, like a peacock. As I was saying, peacocks are just standing there in their amazingness, confident, just by being alive, nothing to show off about, just existing is their confidence. They're so proud of their beautiful feathers, and yeah, they're not afraid to show who they are. So they feel like grand and light and beautiful. So once you're able to release like this heavy baggage on your shoulders and find balance in your nourishment or nutrition, in your light, you won't have those needs to, those cravings. It will just be nourishment when your body needs nourishment, and then you won't be in that sugar addiction of highs and lows, crashes and rushes. You need to find the sweet spot of like what is feeling pleasurable but not taking you down to guilt, so you don't overdo it, but then not restricting, where you restrict for so long and then your body is like compensating and then indulges again, and then you're in that vicious cycle of crashing and rushing, crashing and rushing. So the sweet spot is the vortex, and it's for you to understand your body better, like what makes you feel balanced, safe, serene, relaxed, and then your body will reflect that through its physical being. But it starts with the energy. Once you go deep, dig deep, find out why you want to go outside the vortex extremities. I will share some more about the cards, but another point that I really wanted to share is like building on your psychic, intuitive palette. So how to know what to eat and break that cycle of like meal prep and just autopilot, because to really understand the light and nourishment that your body needs, it needs to be reset from your old self, who was just running on autopilot and choosing out of habit, or what someone else has told you, or what you see online, or some other trend. And you've got to like close your mind off to all those external cues, and you become your own nutritionist. And that might sound scary to some of you, like, I don't know, but you do. You have all the answers, and your body will tell you exactly what it needs in the moment that it needs it. Your body wasn't designed to plan all the time. It's an intuitive being, so if you're listening to those cues, you'll know. And as a children, we were naturally born this way. We knew what we wanted, like the salt, the sweet. So this is how we can, what I wanted to share is like how you can better understand the need for salt, sweetness, astringent, bitter, and sour. And that starts from slowing down. That's my best advice, is really becoming intentional and present when you eat. So really mindful and experimenting. So get rid of all your rules, stop following out what other people are doing, let go for a while, like undress yourself of what you thought you knew about nutrition, and see nutrition as nourishment, light. I'm feeding my body with light. What do my cells need today? Okay, like what smells can you pick up? Are you thinking of a certain fruit? Maybe a pomegranate comes into your head, or suddenly you're feeling like a mango or something yellow and you're not sure what it is. Maybe your stomach is also like, if your digestion is off, maybe it's like yellow foods will start to call you. Yes, it's a very deep topic. It's taken me a lot of practice, let's say, and testing and learning what's working for me, and then always seeing what I naturally gravitate back towards, like my staples, and then what variables I have in my nutrition, what makes me feel good, energized, stable blood sugar. So it takes you back to the sweet spot, like what gives me good sugar levels, that I'm energized, but not sugar rushes and neither sugar crashes. And that takes like understanding the quantity and quality of the foods you eat. So for example, like really good with fruit for me, like I went through a period of really loving raspberries, but now my palate has changed. It's like maybe the sourness of raspberries I'm not needing that. And I see food or nourishment as like a computer code. So maybe my body at one point needed the raspberries it's like software. So food is like software. Your body's the hardware and food is the software you put in it. And maybe at one period, like through a season, your body's calling for raspberries or blueberries. And then the body's received that code or that software and it doesn't need it anymore. So you should feel like you don't really want to eat that anymore, but maybe you are used to it so you don't change the habit. But if you're really listening, you might feel like, oh, when you eat it, it's a bit sour, or you just can sense you don't want it anymore. And then you start to like think of something else or feel into another fruit like mangoes or papaya, whatever. And then you should listen to that cue, don't stay in your cycle of just following that same pattern. Like you have to break the habit of being yourself and listen. So when you listen, you will understand what your body's telling you. Then you need to change your behavior. You can't just receive that new information, that intuition, that you need to change your fruit, for example, and then you need to actually act on that and change your behavior and try it. And if it doesn't work for you or you don't like it, then you go back to what you're used to. But it's your experience and no one can tell you what you should eat except for you. So that's why you have to break all these rules from the outside and ignore everything that other people tell you. Just mute advice. I'm not even giving you advice at the moment. I'm just telling you to trust your own intuition to guide you so that you can make the right choices and understand what balance means to you. And you'll feel so free. You'll feel like an explorer of fruit or nourishment, whatever. Fruit is a really good way because it's very light, hydrating. Yeah, I just think that because fruit has more exotic flavors and there's so much variety, it's going to be easier for you to understand the sours and the sweets and the maybe not bitter, but you could say cacao is bitter. If something that you're craving like cacao or coffee, listen to it. Don't have rules that you can't drink coffee or green tea because it's got caffeine. Just listen to your body. Yeah, I can give you so much more guidance on this because I've been experimenting for so long with this, and yeah. Yeah, and also it's like, oh my god, it's just literally exactly what I said. Like, stop the endless searching. It's all about the inner quest. So the Holy Grail is within you. Your answers are inside you. You probably, they're just muted or numbed, or your cells are like sleeping. Once you start to awaken your cells from within, you'll start to hear them, you know. And your cells will feel more electric and magnetic. So also this will activate your, let's call it superpowers, your manifestation or womb-festation, not manifestation. Magnetic frequency to attract things to you. And when you close your energy leaks as well, you have your energy directed, focused. Whoa, I cannot tell you how fast your desires will appear. Oh my god, out overnight, out the blue. Then you will start to really understand what magic means, because you're the magic, you create the magic. There's no spells, but it takes focus, intention, direction, clarity, choices, closing doors, nourishing your cells, surrounding yourself with people that make you feel alive, expanded, celebrate you, and then you're in a whole new frequency, the sweet spot, the honey timeline. Anyway, this was my message. If you want to explore more, if you want to ever explore more with me, you can always reach out to me. And yes, I'm wishing you an amazing day, an amazing week. If there was something here that, you know, resonated is not the right word, because if you're here, you're resonating. It's just, we wouldn't be matching right now frequencies. But if there's something here you are like, whoa, I want to know more, or that's something you're experiencing at the moment, just reach out to me anytime. Okay, enjoy. Sending you lots of love.